Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening in some parts of the world, and welcome to Palmer Field here in Middletown, Connecticut. The Class L Baseball Championship game could be the showcase game of this entire CIAC baseball tournament, as Amity trying to do what no other team has ever done, win 5 consecutive state championships, taking on Staples, a team they beat a few short years ago as part of this 4-championship run they are on. I'm Don Boyle, Mike Madera alongside. We'll get to Michael in a moment. We turn it over to our public address announcer, Jim Bransfield.
Number 12, Ryan Fitton. Number 13, Sam Robin. Number 14, Alec Burns. Number 15, Andrew Moy. Number 17, Robert Stone. Number 19, Max Chima. Also wearing number 19, Zach Zobel. Number 20, William Lawrence. Number 25, Adam Fuhr. Number 29, Adam Petro. Number 30, Ren Lamas. Number 32, John Backus. Number 35, Jack Portman. Number 37, Luke Yokoi. Number 41, George Goldstein. Number 42, Chris Veneruso. And number 45, Charlie Root. And the starting lineup. Batting first, center fielder, number 2, Chris Durbo. Batting second, pitcher, number 27, Chad Knight. Batting third, third baseman, number 5, Ben Kasparius. Batting fourth, first baseman, number 44, Mike Fanning. Batting fifth, catcher, number 24, Matt Stone. Batting sixth, shortstop, number 4, Max Popkin. Batting seventh, second baseman, number 7, Drew Rogers. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 21, Kevin Raybacks. Raybacks is batting for the right fielder, number 10, Dan Thompson. And batting ninth, left fielder, number 9, Harry Azadian. Now let's meet the head coach from Amity Regional, Sal Coppola. Assistant coaches, Eric Mills, Brian LaRochelle, Brendan Moss, and Jeff Rottek. Here are the non-starters. Number 8, Jack Balaka. Number 19, Quinn Burke. Number 25, Chase Berzinski. Number 28, Zach Cole. Number 3, Christian Cooper. Number 16, Teddy Criscolo. Number 24, Joshua Crow. Number 27, Mike Formica. Number 13, Jake Canese. Number 17, Ben Lodowick. Number 10, John Lumpinski. Number 23, Quentin Pitter. Number 29, Alex Smith. Number 20, Jared Smith. Number 14, Cole Kuchacek. And number 27, Mike Ficarra. And the starting lineup, batting first, Shortstop number 1, Andy Haig. Batting second, right fielder number 7, Teddy Haig. Batting third, catcher number 30, Pat Winkle. Batting fourth, first baseman number 22, Jack Nolan. Batting fifth, pitcher number 21, Max Shep. Batting sixth, third baseman number 18, Rohan Patel. Batting seventh, left fielder number 2, Adam Hurwitz. Batting eighth, second baseman number 4, Matt Savitsky. And batting ninth, center fielder number 11, Colin Bollier. Here are the umpires for the championship game. At third base is Mr. Kevin Moreland. At second base, Mr. Josh Swaby. At first base, Mr. Dave Chasen. And behind the plate is Mr. Scott Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise?
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com. This game is brought to you by Under Armour, maker of the world's best apparel, footwear, and accessories. Check out the full line of performance gear now at UA.com. Under Armour, I will.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Right back here at Palmer Field in Middletown, Connecticut. You've heard the starting lineups, the velvety tones of Jim Bransfield, our public address announcer for many years. Too many to remember. For Jim Bransfield, doing a terrific job as our PA announcer once again here at Palmer Field. The starting lineups have been introduced. The umpires have been introduced. Mike Madere now. It's your turn. Welcome aboard.
Thanks, Don.
You know, you take a look at this interesting matchup between Amity and Staples. They competed against each other back in 2015. Amity won by the score of 3-1.
Yeah, and 3 years ago, and right in the middle of this run, this 4-year run for Amity, and Don, when you look at this Amity team, you lose a Brian Ronay, you lose a Chris Winkle, Eli Oliphant. You don't think they're going to be back here, and then you just look at what's on this roster. You see the Haigs, you see the guy on the mound starting right now, Max Sheps, the guy behind the plate, Pat Winkle. I mean, this team is just as loaded as it was when this run started, and you know it's a well-oiled machine. And if you're the Staples record, boy, it comes down to Chad Knight. Chad Knight's going to have to do whatever he can to limit this lineup of this Amity Spartan team.
Well, when you talk about the Staple Records lineup, why don't you go down that batting order for the record?
Well, Don, leading off and playing center field is Chris Durbel. Batting second and pitching will be Chad Knight. The third baseman, Ben Kasparius, bats third. And the first baseman, Mike Fanning, will hit in the cleanup spot. Catching and batting 5th is Matt Stone. The shortstop, Max Papkin, will bat 6th. Drew Rogers will play 2nd and hit 7th. And the designated hitter is Kevin Raybacks. He'll hit 8th. Harris Azadian will play left and bat 9th. And playing right field and not hitting is Dan Thompson.
So Sheps is going through his warm-ups out on the mound. Max is heading to West Point. Certainly a terrific candidate for all that. You have to go through a lot of paperwork and interviews, and you need to be a special person. So a special guy out on the mound and heading out to West Point, and he'll be protecting our country pretty soon as a cadet. Very excited about that as Max Sheps. Pat Winkle behind the plate, catching the balls and strikes today for the Amity Spartans. Jack Nolan will man first base. Matt Sabitsky is your second baseman. Andy Haig, he is your shortstop today, and Rohan Patel at third base. Adam Hurwitz in left field. Colin Boulier as the center fielder, and Teddy Haig is in right field defensively. So we're just about set to get going. Gerbil will lead it off. First pitch into the catcher's mitt for ball 1. What a beautiful day.
Don, couldn't ask for a better day for a championship game.
A lot of high school baseball stars on both these teams we can talk about throughout the event here today, and both teams coming in. You know, you talk about Amity's experience of winning state championships and consecutive wins in tournament play, but this Westport team, no stranger to pressure baseball.
Yeah, you know, they've been around, and it goes from the Little League days. You remember way back when Chad Knight was part of that Little League team that went very far as well, and they played that orange team, which consists of some of these Amity players.
Gerbil, big swing and a miss. Count goes level at 2-2. I think, yeah, a total of 10 of those Westport Little League All-Stars playing on this Staples team. So they're primed here today. The 2-2, and that's a strike-free call over the outside corner as Sheps able to paint the black with a beautiful fastball.
And you saw that at bat down. He started on the outside with that whole count, and then once he got the 2 strikes, you just seeing what he can get on the outside, living on the edge. And I'll tell you, if he gets that edge call throughout the game, he's going to be hard to beat.
Brings up Chad Knight, only a sophomore, right-handed hitter. Last time Amity lost in the state tournament, I think he was like in the 5th grade. It's absolutely crazy.
Go 2-1.
A lot of folks shaking their head, trying to figure out how Sal Coppola gets a high school baseball team ready year in and year out to compete in the state championship.
Hey, talk about Sal. What a great coaching staff he has as well with Jeff Roddick, Brandon Moss.
The 1-1, low and away. Just watch Winkle behind the plate today, heading to UConn. Absolutely terrific. Many feel might be the best player in the state of Connecticut. Did not win the Gatorade Player of the Year award. We'll see him in this ball game, though, for Staples. Pitch outside.
Yeah, he's very smooth back there. And, you know, the thing that's impressive, started as a freshman, did Pat Winkle, never wavered, and he has that confidence, that sweet swing from the plate as well. 3-1
pitch down low, and that's ball 4. So Chad Knight draws a base on balls. He's down to the bag at first, and Casper is the Gatorade Player of the Year, stepping up to the plate.
Batting third baseman, number 5.
I guess he signed to go to North Carolina, but the Major League Baseball draft is next week.
Should get some interesting evaluations. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw him there.
Sheps is going to work from the stretch, short lead away by Knight. One thing with this Amity team throughout the years has been their defensive play outstanding. They can pick off base runners.
Yeah, and the one thing I've always said about this Amity team, everybody says, why they so good? Well, they make the basic plays. They make all the plays that they need to make, and then they make the hard ones look routine.
Pitch breaks away from Winkle. No advance by the runner at first. Mike Fanning in the on-deck circle. Top of 1, scoreless game. Light breeze blowing out towards left center field, where it's 400 feet to center. 327 down that left field line, and 322 down the line and right. Ballpark in pristine condition. Pitch in for the strike. Think about all the bad weather we've had this spring, and for this tournament weekend, it is delightful.
And for the weekend to be on time and no delays, no pushbacks.
Yeah, they did a great job getting the tournament in. I know some states really fighting it. Softball is a mess in Rhode Island when they're going to try to finish that thing. 1-1, swing and a miss. Nice crowd on hand. More so from the Amity side.
Yeah, absolutely. Just going to say that.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Sheps pitch to the plate, the curveball, and that's walloped just foul down the left field line.
And that's one thing with Kasparis. You can't hang a pitch up there in that zone. He just loves to go down that line in left field. And you see the stroke. The stroke was built for that way for him.
Big shift in the outfield. Center fielder over towards right center. Oh yeah, the center fielder. Had a brother that played, right? A couple years back, Teddy.
Yep. A lot of brothers have come through this system here with Amity.
Here's the 2-2. Fastball fouled straight back. Count now level 2-2 to Big Ben. He'll play third base today. Can also pitch in the semifinals in that win over Ridgefield. I guess it might have been his best outing of the year. He struggled a little bit, I guess.
Now, the one thing, you look at this Amity defense, and you see a Bollier out in left field, center field, excuse me, shaded towards right, but those last two pitches were pitched inside, which is a big gap between left and center.
Might have been because he was trying to go with the heat. Maybe he'd swing late on it. Wanted to keep it up a little bit.
Yep.
Count goes full 3-2. That was a nice stop by Winkle behind the plate. Jeff has already walked a batter. That's Knight down to the bag at first. Class M champion was crowned last night. Burrows the big winner there. The runner goes on a 3-2 pitch. Swinging a miss, and they got him down at the bag at second. Winkle got it on down. The tag by Sabitsky. Bang, bang, strike him out, throw him out, double play. What else is new with the Amity Spartans?
Yeah, and you see that play, you see the strikeout, then you see Winkle, the throw offline towards the shortstop side, and Sabitsky makes a great play on one knee and swipe tagged, and you see a little bit of a talk going on between Staples and the umpiring crew right now. It was a bang-bang play, but again, Amity makes the plays and gets out of the inning.
They certainly do. So a couple of strikeouts for Shep. No runs, no hits. There was a walk. Nobody left on the bases. We'll be back with a bottom of one in just a moment.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
All right, welcome right back. We'll run down that batting order now for the Amity Spartans. They find some energy with defense and perhaps a fortuitous call at the bag at second. It was a very close play.
Yeah, very close play. Brings Amity to the plate in the bottom of the first in a scoreless game with shortstop Andy Haig leading off. Batting second will be right fielder and Andy's brother Teddy Haig. Batting third, the catcher, is Pat Winkle. Hitting cleanup, first baseman Jack Nolan. Batting fifth is the pitcher Max Sheps. Rohan Patel will play third and hit sixth for the Spartans. Batting seventh and playing left is Adam Hurwitz. Second baseman Matt Sabitsky, who made that tag on that final 8, he'll bat eighth. And Colin Bollier will bat ninth and play center field for the Spartans, top-ranked team in this Class Double L.
All right, Chad Knight out in the mound. He just got thrown out at the bag at second on the attempted steal. And now he's got to put on that thinking cap as a pitcher, big right-hander, and certainly comes with a lot of knowledge on how to pitch in big situations. We'll take a look at that Staples defense. Matt Stone behind the plate, Mike Fanning. They'll man the bag at first. Drew Rogers will command second base. Max Stone will guard the shortstop spot. Ben Kasper's the third baseman. We got Harris Azadian, the left fielder. Chris Durable, the center fielder, and Danny Thompson, the junior, playing in right field and not hitting today for Staples. So Hag will lead it off. The shortstop. Andy heading to UConn also. His brother Teddy, his twin brother, going to Yale. Does that make him smarter?
Not a bad deal, huh?
Knight the face. Tough Amity batting order. That pitch fouled up.
You know, and Andy Haig, you look at this lineup, Andy Haig is really the ideal table setter for this team. You get him on base, he uses his speed. You get Teddy Haig behind him, can drop down the bunt, can go to the right field. So he's a perfect 1-2 combination in this lineup.
That's a ground ball hit down to short. Stone to the backhand side, comes up gunning, throws it pull it across. It's going to be juggled by Fanning. They rule, and safe there is Andy Haig. The throw was right on the money. He just bobbled it, and that's a close call there by the first base umpire. And that's going to go as an error on the first baseman.
Yeah, and you look at Fanning when that play was going, Don. He stretched, picked his head up, and dropped the ball. And now you get Andy Haig on it. You see Teddy Haig up right now. You'll see a hole between the two bases. I mean, you've seen this all too much this year for this Amity team. Drop perfect position now to drop down a bunt or go through the hole.
Haig, the right fielder. Brother at the bag at first. And the little things going Amity's way here in the first inning.
Already.
It's befuddling. You try to figure it out every year. They have won 28 straight tournament games, counting the SEC championship they've won the last 3 years, which is not an easy championship to win. Some great baseball teams come out of the SEC.
Yeah, and plus that with that SEC, I mean, you have to decide about which pitching staff you're going to use. What you want to prepare for the state tournament. So Don, you're so right when you say that, because you're not always throwing your best pitcher in that tournament, because obviously you have to save him for the state tournament. This shows you the depth of this team.
Knight to work from the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. The bunt. It's popped up. Knight, beautiful play. Caught it just above the shoelaces. The throw to first. And the Spartans don't execute. Scratch your head. It's 2 down.
Yeah, and you know, they're just coming around. Staples comes up. You see Bannon come off the, Knight, come off the mound. He read that bunt going towards second base. He falls off that way, catches the ball, and nothing Andy Haig can do about that. He was already 3/4 of the way down.
So it brings up Pat Winkle, the junior heading to UConn. Powerful bat. Remember, 322 to right. If there's someone with power to get it out of here, it is Winkle. Did not have a home run in last night's Class M championship game. Last year we had some dramatic home runs, didn't we?
Yeah, throughout the entire playoff, but last year, especially in the championship games.
So Knight now pitching with the bases empty and 2 down. Big swing and a miss.
Last night started with some power pitching, though.
Yeah,
Interesting
absolutely.
to see if we see that in this tournament.
Yeah, Mike Burrows was terrific. 15 strikeouts, pitched a 2-hitter in that Class M championship game.
And you talk about Burrows down, when you strike out that many batters and you only have to make just a handful of plays out in the field, boy, it just makes everything so much easier.
Yeah, he was absolutely dominating. Of course, Waterford going on to their 10th championship. That is the most in state history.
That's an amazing program. But you know what? It's amazing how you don't hear much about the fact that they have the 10 championships.
Yes, absolutely. 1 ball, 2 strike, 2 out, bases empty. Knight working for the middle of the rubber. And that pleased my buddy Steve Riley, who was right on a call last night on a ruling with a pitching plate out in the mound. Burrows was lining up into his windup illegally according to the rules. He called it in the first inning. By the time the second inning came about, Burrows had to change his pitching style out in the mound. Didn't affect him too much, did it?
Say it might have helped him.
Yeah, absolutely. He had struck out the first 6 batters he faced in last night's Class M championship game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here. Winkle, the left-handed hitter at the plate. Outfield playing just about straight away for the record. Swing and a miss and a strikeout to Chad Knight. Change it up on him a little bit there. And he got him swinging, and that will turn into a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits. It was an error. Nobody left. Each team is now pulled off a double play. We'll be back with the top of 2 in just a moment.
The CIAC.
Pasta lovers, raise your forks. It's Olive Garden's never-ending Pasta Bowl starting at $9.99. Enjoy endless combinations of your favorite pastas, sauces, and toppings. And now, for the first time ever, grilled chicken Alfredo. Plus, as much salad and breadsticks as you want. Never-ending value, starting at $9.99. The value is never-ending, but the offer is only for a limited time at Olive Garden.
Welcome right back here to Palmer Field through one of this Class L championship game. And thus far, both teams have displayed some pretty good defense. Going through his warm-up is Max Sheps. Sheps walked a batter back in the first. He'll try to turn that around. Don't like to give up the free passes. He'll face Fanning Stone and Popkin, the middle of the batting order for Staples here in the top of the second, Mike.
Yeah, and you know, a nice play there. He helped himself, Chad Knight did in the opening inning. Helped himself, got out, and now you're looking at Max Sheps. As you said, Don, he had the walk in the inning, got the caught stealing to get out of the inning, and you can see right away that both these teams, you know, defensively are going to make the plays. Now it's going to see what team can come through big at the plate, make the small things happen here.
Big swing and a miss.
This is not right if your wife's not. Sorry? She's not here? It's horrible.
Pitch inside. At the strike call.
Again, he's on that outside edge. Once again, is Sheps. Gets ahead in the count out there.
Swing and a miss and a strikeout at Fanning. So Sheps able to fool him there. That's his third strikeout of the ball game. Brings up Matt Stone, the junior catcher.
You know, Don, that's just smart pitching there by Sheps. He went soft on the count on the outside corner to make it 1-2. And you know Fanning's expecting the heat, and he comes back soft change on the inside.
That ball hit right past Tag, the shortstop. That was a liner that just took a little skid off that infield gravel, and Stone comes up with a solid hit. That's a one-out single. Second base runner on the ball game now for Staples.
Yeah, and Haig didn't have any Haig at shortstop, didn't have any chance to get in front of it. That's how hard that ball was hit.
Batting sixth, shortstop number 4, Max Popkin.
Popkin, the shortstop. Pitch missed outside. Pitch in there for the strike.
And you know, Don, it'll be interesting to see how Staples approaches this with runners on base. You have probably one of the best arms in the state behind the plate in Pat Winkle, but you don't want to go away from your game, which is to run and to get guys in scoring position.
Amity will be aggressive. I think you need to match that aggression.
Absolutely.
1 out, 1 on. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield straight away. Pitch up high. Nolan trying to hold that runner tight at the bag at first.
So he comes back with the heat, swung right through it. Did Papkin. Even the count.
2-2, Tad high.
You know, and Don, one thing you have to credit Staples for in this game. I mean, early on, we're already 6 batters in, but they're working the count. They're making Sheps pitch.
That pitch outside, ball 4. That's a good point. They're very patient at the plate. They got 2 on. Second walk issued by Sheps here today. So you got runners at first and second, 1 down, and Drew Rogers, the second baseman, stepping in.
Drew Rogers.
Staples looking to draw first blood here.
Pitch in there for the strike call. Caught the inside corner. The count quickly goes 0-2 to Rogers. Raybacks on deck.
I'm sorry, you look at that defensive alignment. Look, the shortstop Andy Haig at second, and the center field Bollier towards right. Huge hole on that left side of the field.
Sheps has thrown a lot of pitches through 2 innings already. Outfield not playing deep at all. Count now level at 2-2. Boyer, the center fielder, very shallow. Hurwitz has come in a few steps. He's straight away. Right fielder a little bit deeper. Pitch popped up to the Huck tin roof and beyond. Haven't had one clank off the roof yet.
Tell you, between this field and Muzzy Field in Bristol, a lot of history between these two. And Muzzy just did the whole press box over.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
I think they even have air conditioning in there. Ground ball dribbled third base side in the foul territory.
Did that whole stadium, the outside, the inside over. It looks, I mean, that stadium was almost always a beautiful field to go to and play in. But now it's just amazing.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on for Staples in the top of the second. The Sheps pitch to the plate, swing and a miss, and he got him. That's a big strikeout. Sheps can rely on that fastball, and he went chasing one out of the strike zone, perhaps. It's 2 down.
Yeah, and one thing you're seeing early is his strikes on the corner. That's what he's getting and getting ahead on. And he has to go upstairs. That's where he's recording his strikeouts. It's in between where Staples is making him work.
Sheps now trying to find that groove, some consistency perhaps. Waybacks is the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Pitch is going to be popped up, drifting into foul territory. Nolan over, called off. Right fielder on, and Teddy Haig will put it away for the inning's final out. So Amity gets out of a mini jam in the top of the second. There were no runs. There was a hit, a walk, and 2 left on base. We'll be back with a bottom of 2. Still scoreless in this Class Double-L championship game.
The NFHS.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com. This game is brought to you by Under Armour, maker of the world's best apparel, footwear, and accessories. Check out the full line of performance gear now at UA.com. Under Armour, I will.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
All right, welcome right back into the bottom of inning number 2.
Batting fourth, first baseman
Jack Nolan to lead it off.
22, Jack Nolan.
So the first baseman for Amity will try to get things going. First pitch down low, ball 1. Chad Knight got him 1, 2, 3 in the first with the help of a double play.
And now he faces the meat of the order, Nolan Sheps and Rohan Patel for this Amity lineup. And when, you know, Don, you look at this Amity 11, go right through it. Not an easy out from 1 through 9.
Outfield playing straight away for Nolan. Knight's 1-1. That missed. Got a big twisting windup. That pitch missed low and away.
Starting to see both pitches. Sheps took advantage of that outside corner. Now you see Knights starting to nibble out there, seeing what he can get away with.
Here comes the 3-1. That ball hit high here towards right center field, and on his horse is Durable, and he'll make the catch. Got a nice jump on that, and Nolan becomes just a routine fly ball out.
Hit that ball well into the gap, and as you said, Don, Chris Durable read that all the way. You know, he was in full stride and made that play look easy.
Ball blooped in the right field by Shep. So he's got himself a base hit. Good bit of hitting. He went with the pitch from Chad Knight. And he comes up with the first hit for the Amity Spartans, and they have their second base run of the ball game. As Patel steps in to the right-handed batter's box.
And Don, what you liked about that with Sheps was he didn't get himself in a hole, didn't allow himself to. He saw the pitch that he liked, took it to the outside, took it to right field, and gets on base.
That ball hit on the ground. Bobble picked up by Rogers. They'll only get one out. I don't know if that actually hit Knight and then scooted over to Rogers with some spin, but looked like double play. But they were able to get the force. That's it. Max Stone touching the bag. So Patel on in the field is choice.
Yeah, Don, and you saw that ball change direction. You saw the spin on that ball caused Drew Rogers to boot the ball. Recovered in time, get the flip at second to Papkin. I think that ball, if it's not deflected, goes up the middle for a base hit.
Chad Knight will twist and throw to first. Patel gets back. So 1 on, 2 out. Outfield back straight away. Zabitsky in the on-deck circle. Knight will throw to first again. Over for the strike call.
Knight bringing the heat on that one.
Another soft toss over.
Not a big lead for Amity's Rohan Patel. You got a righty on the mound in Knight. It's a 2-step lead.
Go 2.
Fastball strike call. The count goes 0-2 to Hurwitz.
Stay with it, kid.
0-2 pitch. Hit up in the air, shallow center field, falls in front of Durable. He stumbled a little bit. I think he was just trying to make sure that ball wasn't going to scoot past him. Really didn't have much of a shot to get to it, Steve, to Mike. Mike, sorry about that. I was in last night's mode.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a great job of hitting by Hurwitz. He's 0-2 in the count, and he gets jammed on the pitch, fights it off. And you're right, Durable was a little bit deeper. He just wanted to make sure that now you see him coming in. He just wanted to make sure that ball didn't get by him, and I agree with you. He did not have a chance at that one.
So Knight now working with 2 on and 2 out. And that pitch, a wild pitch to the backstop, advancing 2 runners. Patel goes at third. Hurwitz to the bag at second. Now 2 in scoring position for the number 8 hitter.
Go, Matt. Bust this up, kid. Go, Matt.
So Zabitsky trying to deliver. Count 1 ball, no strikes. Infield in about halfway on the left-hand side there. That fastball way upstairs.
Go, Matt.
Hit high in the air to the right fielder. Thompson is over, and he'll make the catch drifting away from home plate and towards the right field corner as Sabitsky retired on the fly ball. So, 2 hits, but no damage done. No runs up on the wall for Amity, and they strand 2. We're back with the top of 3 in just a moment.
Your attention, please.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Thank you.
All right, welcome right back as we make our way into the top of inning number 3. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for Staples. For Amity, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. It'll be 9, 1, and 2 in the batting order. Coming to the plate for Staples here in the 3rd inning, Mike.
Yeah, 9, 1, 2. It'll be Azadian, Durable, and Knight. And, you know, for this Staples team, you've gone through the first 2 innings unscathed against an Amity team that had 2nd and 3rd last inning.
Batting
So now, as the innings chip away, if you're stable, you more and more that you're within striking distance, tied or in the lead, you like your chances against this Amity team.
That pitch a strike call over the outside corner. Zadian, Durable, and Knight, the scheduled hitters against Max Sheps. Sheps into the windup. Pitch hit high in the air to the center fielder. Boyer will put it away, and you have 1 down on a fly ball. Durable to the plate, struck out his first time.
Center fielder number 2, Chris Durable.
Crowd's starting to fill in nicely for this Double L championship game.
Kind of a late arriving crowd, I guess, with a noontime start.
Getting those Saturday chores done early.
Ground ball dribbled to the 3rd baseman, scooped up by Patel, and onto the bag at first, and Durable retired, 5-3. Brings up Chad Knight, walked and was caught stealing on a strike him out, throw him out double play.
27, Chad Knight.
Big batter here for Sheps early in the game. Kasparius on deck. Like to get him to lead off an inning.
Knight trying to get on base for the 2nd time here. 2nd time through the batting order now for Sheps. Here comes the 1-0. Pitch up high. I don't know if he looks entirely comfortable out in the mound.
Yeah, you know, then you talk between innings. It looks like everything is labored out there. Look like he's pushing it. Doesn't look like as smooth or as fluent as we've seen him in the past.
Check swing. And he went around on the appeal. Knight didn't hold it back. Most often you see that a no swing call from a base umpire.
Right.
Count 3 balls and 1 strike. I've always said that 3-0 pitch is an automatic strike. And that one rides in on the hands. It's going to be ball 4. Boy, it sounded like it hit bat to me, but what do I know? Is that a hit batter or a walk? I guess you'd have to call it a hit batter, right?
Number 5, Ben Kasparius.
Kasparius stepping up to the plate. Big Ben struck out his first time. Gatorade Player of the Year, as we mentioned. So Knight is on again. Did he get hit in his pitching arm? Or his
looked like
left
his
arm.
left. Yep, shaking his left hand down at first. You know, one thing very uncharacteristic in this game of Sheps, he's not getting a lot of first pitch strikes, so he's constantly fighting behind in these counts.
Front of the bag at first, runner back.
You know, already down 2-0 in this count as that ball is in the dirt. I mean, it may not seem like much now, Don, but when you get into the later innings, when you get runners on for Staples, that's when you're going to get them.
Casper fouls that off towards Route 66 here in Middletown. Want to thank the folks here, the Public Works team inside Palmer Field. They've done a terrific job with this field. They've made us feel very comfortable. The CIAC, the Chamber of Commerce advisory is out. Go downtown and enjoy the restaurants. Casper delivers a base hit in the left center field to the green grass. Long run for Boyer and gets to it and wheels and throws to the shortstop. Now you got him on the corners as Knight hustles to the bag at third.
Yeah, he hit that ball. He drilled that fastball into the gap in left center. A lot of green out there. And you see Knight go all the way to third base. Runners on the corners.
Proceeding toward the parking lot. The only way you can get in is to go behind the football.
Jim Bransfield, the longtime public address announcer, now talking to people some 350 feet away in the stands, hoping that his voice will carry that far through the public address system here at Palmer Field. Never a dull moment. Here comes the pitch to the plate outside for ball.
First baseman number 44.
About 8 people out there. Oh, no, more on the right side. Maybe about 12 people. Looking to enjoy some free baseball today.
Absolutely. Why not? Shep's pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss by Mike Fanning. Fanning up in a huge spot here with 2 down. Both teams now have had runners in scoring position with 2 out. Who will deliver the first blow in this ball game? Fanning struck out his first time. Jack McFarland, the longtime coach of Staples, wants to have a quick chat with his young cleanup hitter. Young in age, old as a high schooler. He's a senior.
Runs at a premium. You wonder if he gets Kasperius going just to try and create some movement in that infield.
Sheps from the stretch. Curveball bends in for the strike, and the count goes 1-2. Stone's on deck. He doesn't matter much if this guy makes an out. Concession stand open here at Palmer Field as always. Great hot dogs here at Palmer Field.
Some of the best around, huh?
May have to grab one between games. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Did he change him up there a little bit, Mike? He got him on a swinging strike 3.
Yeah, and he went up the ladder as well with that one. And you see Fanning shaking his head. He felt he should have had that one. And you saw some emotion out of Sheps pumping his fist to get out of that inning. So first bit of emotion on both sides of teams here.
All right, no runs, 1 hit. There was a hit batter and 2 left on base. Staples had now stranded a couple in this ball game, 4 over the last 2 innings. We're back with a bottom of 3, still scoreless in this Class Double-L championship game.
Pasta lovers, raise your forks. It's Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl starting at $9.99. Enjoy endless combinations of your favorite pastas, sauces, and toppings. And now, for the first time ever, grilled chicken Alfredo. Plus, as much salad and breadsticks as you want. Never-ending value, starting at $9.99. The value is never-ending, but the offer is only for a limited time at Olive Garden.
This game is brought to you by Under Armour, maker of the world's best apparel, footwear, and accessories. Check out the full line of performance gear now at UA.com. Under Armour, I will.
All right, back here at Parma Field as we move on to the
Center fielder,
bottom of the
11,
third inning.
Colin Bollier.
Bollier will lead it off. Colin, the number 9 here in the lineup, and then the Hag brothers will get a chance to swing. Chad Knight, the right-hander on the mound. And the pitch swing and a miss by Bollier. Andrew Hag, Teddy Hag, Winkle in the hole. Second time through for Chad Knight pretty soon here.
Yeah, and you see Knight now 0-2 ahead in the count.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. High and outside to Bollier.
Go Sticks!
Here comes the 1-2 offering, and there for the strike 3 call. Boyer's going to sit down. That's the second strikeout in the ballgame for Chad Knight. Each team with 2 hits in the ballgame. We've had 1 error. No runs up on the board.
Shortstop number 1, Andy Haig.
So Andy Hag will step on up, reach on an error by the first baseman on a routine ground ball. That was back in the first.
Then was a race on that double play ball, which really gave Staples a little bit of confidence in that first inning, able to get out of that inning.
I was trying to do some support work there for a second. Got a little nervous there with my counterpart to my right helping me out a little bit. A little bit of an outburst there. Tensed. This game's got me tense. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. They're in at the corners. Ball flies foul. Knight takes a look. Time is called. Outfield straight away. Here comes the 1-2 ground ball. Big hopper. Casper's onto the bag at first. Caught by Fanning. And Andy Haig is retired for the out 5-3. Brings up Teddy Hag.
7, Teddy Haig.
Hag popped out into that double play ball that erased the error in the first inning.
Knight's pitch, ground ball. Hit by Teddy down to the second baseman. Rogers fields on the first. 4-3 if you scored home. Chad Knight with his first 1-2-3 inning of the legitimate style. Had one back in the first inning on a double play. All right, we'll be back with a top of 4.
Your
Still
attention,
scoreless.
please, ladies and gentlemen.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patriots say I'm the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. fall back.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I would encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
All right, welcome right back. Mike Madera alongside for the Carnival Show as we continue on behind scenes here at Palmer Field. Matt Stone will lead it off. Popkin and then Rogers. Pitch a little high. I don't know why people have cell phones. Every time you call them, nobody answers. They don't answer their cell phone. So we got a problem in New Jersey, a technical issue, and trying to take care of that. And that pitch inside, rides it on the body of Stone, so he's hit by pitch and becomes a leadoff base runner. First time in the ball game that Staples has enjoyed a leadoff base runner now. Second hit batter by Shep. So Popkin will step up to the plate who walked his first time.
And Don, you saw Stone right there. He made no attempt really to get out of the way of that. He was going to take one for the team to get on base. So as he just turned into the ball. Looks like you might get a runner for him.
Stone's going to head on back.
Your attention, please, ladies and
Running
gentlemen.
for Staples.
Running for Stone, number 15, Andrew Moy.
So it'll be Andrew Moy to run.
And Don, you look at this Staples offense. They've had a runner on base in every inning in this contest so far, unable to capitalize yet.
Popkin popped it up. Winkle out of his crouch quickly, makes the catch in foul territory. So both these teams have attempted a bunt to move a runner in the scoring position. They have not executed in the ball game.
Now, the first thing you're always taught is to get that ball down on the ground, and both of them that we've seen in this game have been popped in the air. One to the pitcher and one to the catcher.
Brings up Rogers, who struck out his first time. 1 out, 1 on. Just 4 hits between the two teams here in the 4th inning. Scoreless game. Foul back. More baseball coming your way at about, what, 3:30 today, and another one tonight. Part of our triple header at Palmer Field.
Go 2-1.
Swing and a miss.
You know, for as much as Sheps has labored, when he needs to get that strike done, he's amped it up a little bit, and you've seen so right on that pitch where Rogers swung right through that fastball.
Total of 5 strikeouts in the ball game. They've been scattered about, and they have come at the right time, haven't they? Here comes the 0-2 here. Fouled off again. Back towards the parking lot. Tom CIAC, a running camera for us today. Nice to have him alongside. My man pushing all the right buttons and working as my secretary to my right, Danny Alvarado today. Pitch up high. Danny's been with us a long time. 6 years, 7 years now, I think. What I like about him, he knows my hand signals now.
To look at him, he knows what you're talking about.
Absolutely. Here comes a 1-2. And there's a strike 3 call again. That little biter takes a little off it, spins it in a tad, and it freezes Rogers.
The designated hitter, number 21.
Strikeout number 6.
Raybacks.
And Don, you have to believe that Rogers looking for a fastball. You see the knees bend right there. Wasn't expecting that curve for sure.
Raybacks to the plate. Fly ball out to the right fielder his first time. Teddy Haig is the right fielder. Boyer the center fielder. Hurwitz in the left. Middle infielder Sabinski and Andy Haig. Nolan and Patel on the corners. Swing and a miss. Staples made their way here with a 6-0 win over a very good Cheshire team. Beat Wilton 3-0, 12-11 over West Hill. And in the semis, they beat Ridgefield 7-3. That'd be a wild one against the West Hills.
Yeah, talk about that first 2 games. You don't allow a run, and then you allow 11 in your quarterfinal contest.
That's a great point. Baseball could be a strange game. Amity beat NFA 10-1. Hamden 9-2. That was a tight game for a while there. Fairfield, Ludlow 12-0. Ball hit to right. Twisting, hang around a little, but he's able to find the flight of the baseball and make the catch. Bayback becomes a fly ball out, and that will do it. So in the inning, they got the leadoff runner on, hit by pitch, and that is all. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. They've stranded 5, have the record. Back with the bottom of 4 in a moment.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Pasta lovers, raise your forks. It's Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl starting at $9.99. Enjoy endless combinations of your favorite pastas, sauces, and toppings. And now, for the first time ever, grilled chicken Alfredo. Plus as much salad and breadsticks as you want. Never-ending value, starting at $9.99. The value is never-ending, but the offer is only for a limited time at Olive Garden.
All right, we're back here at Parma Field onto the bottom of the 4th inning. I guess you'd have to call this a pitcher's duel.
Yeah, a pitcher's duel. Both pitchers, doing what they have to do to get out of these innings. A little bit different on the Amity side. Sheps has really labored through, fighting himself on the mound, but he's got, I believe, 6 strikeouts thus far in the game. So he's come up with the big plays in the big pitches when he's needed them. And for this Amity offense, they've had runners, just haven't capitalized. And you look to see right now with Pat Winkle to lead off with Jack Nolan and Max Sheps. So a good part of the order here for this Amity Spartan lineup.
Winkle, Nolan, Sheps, as you mentioned. This is Winkle. Struck out his first time against Chad Knight, sophomore, going up against the mighty Spartans. And Winkle drives one. Rule foul over the leap of Fanning. Boy, that was close. I think that was in fair territory till it landed.
Yeah, that had so much spin on it that it curved foul on the right field line. And you see right now a meeting at the mound between Chad Knight and catcher Matt Stone. I want to throw that pitch again.
I relate that to a golfer that thinks he just hit the perfect drive because it starts out straight as an arrow, and all of a sudden it just goes into the woods. You never find it. That's how I play golf. That's why I do not play golf. Here comes the 0-1. Winkle trying to golf one the other way and knocks it in the foul territory on top of the concession stand, the home of those delicious hot dogs.
Get your name on them.
What if I could put an order in right now?
We're ordering for the bottom of the 7th.
Absolutely. Knight, the 0-2. Pitch missed outside. The count goes 1-2. Pitch to Winkle, ground ball, dribbled along. Second baseman will scoop, and Rogers on the fin in for the out. Knight really starting to settle down now. He has retired the last 6 batters he has faced after giving up a couple of hits back in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, no doubt that was just a great pitch that he just threw to Pat Winkle. Nothing in his power zone made him roll his wrist over and get that weak ground ball to second base. So a great job after that opening liner on that first pitch.
Pitch inside for ball. So Nolan up 0 for 1. Dribble the center fielder. Thompson in right. Zadie in the left fielder defensively. All in just about the position you'd expect. Nothing severe. No big shifts in the outfield. These two teams know each other well. They competed for the 2015 state championship. Amity winning 3-1, pitch up high. You know, Staple really thought they had a great chance to win that one in 2015. And they did, of course.
That was what, the second in the run for Amity, right? Second.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the year, the rebuilding year.
Actually, that would have been the third. 15.
Third?
Yeah. Nolan down to the bag at first. That is the first walk issued by Chad Knight.
Pitcher number 21.
Brings up Max Sheps. He can help his own cause here. Sheps had a base hit back in the second. It all began in 2013. So they played Staples in 15. I may have said 13, but they beat Southington 2 consecutive years, 4-0, 8-2. And Staples last year, Fairfield Ward, I believe.
Yes.
Wrote it down, right? Amity with a regular season record at 18-2 out of the SCC. In baseball, you're bound to lose. So if you want to lose a couple of games,
lose them early.
Lose them early.
Yeah, plus, you know what? You look at the schedule that they play, and, you know, and for the same token that Staples played, the FCIAC from Staples, a tough schedule they have to go through. And then you look at the SEC schedule that Amity has, you know, you wonder how it's possible that any team could go undefeated. And then you wonder, this Amity team, 5 years running, is in the finals playing that grueling schedule. You know, and Don, it is all about the seeding. When you look at this Amity team, you know, they've been ranked high, and I think all but one of those championship victories that they've had. So they've earned that during the regular season. They've gotten the benefit during the tournament time, and they've taken advantage of it.
Conversation is over. Sheps trying to help his own cause here with 1 on and 1 out. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Matt Stone behind the plate. Fanning the first baseman, Rogers at second. Stone, the shortstop, shaded towards the bag at second. Casper is at third to the lip of the infield grass. The Knight 1-1. Swing and a miss. And the count goes 1-2.
You know, I wonder what was said there in that conversation, because these last 2 pitches, Knight has just blown 2 fastballs by Sheps.
Time call. Stone wants to have a chat with Chad Knight. He walked a batter after retiring 6. Now there's been 2 conversations, one from the dugout with the coaching staff, and now one with the catcher with Chad Knight. They probably know the young man well, and might be a little quirkiness going on out on the mound.
Yeah, now one thing you notice about Knight, Don, his best pitch today has been his fastball. Amity's been behind or through it, and they haven't been able to make any solid contact with that pitch. Thought we would see just a little more running in this game, a little more aggression, as we talked about earlier. I think both of these teams respecting the arms back of the plate. Winkle for Amity and Stone for Staples.
Runner goes, will double clutch, and then the throw down. Sliding under the tag is Nolan. So Stone double clutch. I think that cost him that nanosecond right there in a stolen base.
Yeah, he couldn't get a grip on the ball, and you saw Nolan get a lead. He had just a little bit bigger lead on that one, and that double clutch definitely cost him because he just got in there, did Nolan.
Count full 3-2. Amity for just the second time in the ball game with a runner in scoring position now. The runners at second and third in the second. And Sabinski hit a fly ball out to end the threat. Curveball way up high, and that's ball 4. Now they put runners at first and second. So 2 consecutive walks by Chad Knight, and it brings up Rohan Patel. Reed's going to field his choice back in the second inning.
Rohan Patel.
And we talked about Patel from last year. You know, very underestimated player. He always seems to come up with the big hit, and this year as well, more of a name this year, and he's made some big plays in the field, come up with some big hits, and again, he finds himself up in a big situation here in this championship game.
Fouled straight back. Hurwitz in the on-deck circle. Midway through this contest now, light breeze blowing out towards left center field. Nice crowd on hand. A few clouds have blown on in high above, but still lots of blue in the sky. Pitch to the plate, missed outside.
Amity really starting to work Knight here in this inning. This is one of 2 innings where Amity has really put together some solid at bats and made Knight throw a lot of pitches in the inning.
Pitch in there for the strike call. No swing, they say, on the appeal. Patel able to hold it back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That was a big call there by the first base umpire.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just see what Knight's doing there, Don. He's just trying to go up the ladder. His best pitch, we've talked about, is that fastball, and he's going to stick with it, especially in this jam that they're in right now.
Knight will check the runner down at second base. That's Nolan. From the stretch as a young sophomore. The pitch up high. Count goes full 3-2. He's walked 2 consecutive batters. There is activity right now in that Staples bullpen.
Don, what do you do now? If you're Knight, your best pitch is the fastball. 2 in a row, you've been upstairs. Do you come back with that, or do you go something soft? Try and get him to double play here.
Ryan Fitton is warming up in the bullpen for Staples, for the record. And the pitch. Missed badly. That will load the bases on 3 consecutive walks. Mike, I don't have the memory anymore, but didn't Amity win on
last year
some sort of a walk to end the game?
Yep. Brian Ronay scored the winning run.
Left fielder
Now,
number 2.
I do remember that part.
Hurwitz.
So Hurwitz to the plate. A win is a win is a win. You take it any way you can.
Yeah, and Don, this inning started innocently enough. A weak ground ball by Pat Winkle to second, get the 1 out, but then Nolan worked the walk, stole second. Sheps gets the walk, and now another full count walk to Patel, and we have the bases loaded and 1 out.
Pitch over for the strike.
And Don, you know it's tough when only one of your pitches, you can only get one of those pitches over for strikes, and right now that is the fastball for Knight.
Infield in at the corners, 1 down, bases loaded. The pitch, Hurwitz with a single today. The way this game is moving along, and Sheps can be very stingy on the mound for Amity. They'll try to obviously clip that runner at the plate with a force out if they can. And the pitch up high. First you got to get it over. Count goes 2-1.
Yeah, really struggling. And you know, down the first 3 innings, we saw a lot of confidence out of Knight. And then he's gone 5 straight pitches with that fastball.
He had retired 6 in a row, got the last 3 on ground ball outs before all this took place. Ground ball, and that's going to bring home a run. Scooped up, they'll get the out at the bag at first, and Amity has a 1-0 lead. Rogers had to go a long way to get it. It was heading towards that second base hole. So Hurwitz is retired 4-3. Scoring on the play is Nolan, and Amity has a 1-0 lead.
And Don, again, the little things. We just talked about the little things earlier in the game. And you see right there, he didn't get the base hit, but he got the ground ball, stays away from the double play, and gets the run in.
So now I got him at second and third, just what Coach Capola would want. Sabitsky, the number 8 hitter to the lineup now. So Hurwitz with a good job at the plate today with a base hit and bringing home a run, going the opposite way.
And Don, for Hurwitz, that's just understanding the game right there.
Knight, the pitch, ground ball, hit foul. May seem odd for me to say this, but I've said odd things in the past. Knight may settle down now a little bit. Finally, Amity has scored a run. That pressure is off that you're trying to pitch a shutout against this Amity team. Kind of an odd thought, but.
Right, and you know what else, Don? He's finally gotten an out. He's gotten the out after the 3 straight walks, and now you're seeing him 0-2 on the count.
And here comes the 0-2 pitch, up high, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners now at second and third with 2 down. The key is not to allow another run to score.
Correct. And if you're Amity and if you're watching, that's 7 fastballs he's come in with. You got to be sitting on one here.
Knight with a peek, and he'll step off. Sabitsky will step out. Boyer will wait in the on deck circle. A lot of fans sitting on the edge of their seat as we're in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch, swing and a miss, and the strikeout. Well, guess what? Amity produces a run without a hit, and they have a 1-0 lead through 4. Back with a top of 5 momentarily.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com.
Welcome right back as we continue on into the top of the 5th inning. And now the young man heading to West Point. Max Shep's working with a 1-run lead. Is that a cushion? 1 run on 2 hits and no errors for Amity. For Staples, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. They have stranded 5 in the game, so they've had some base runners.
Yeah, and Don, I think when you look at this lineup, the lineup card here coming in, this might be the biggest inning of the game for Max Sheps. You're going to get the 9 batter, then you're going to get the top of the order. If you could only go through this lineup and only seeing Kasparius one more time in this game, I mean, that's exactly what you want to happen if you're Amity.
Zadian the lead it off, the number 9 hitter in the lineup here for Staples. Gerbil, and then Knight to follow.
Number 9, Harry Zadian.
It'll be interesting to see if Knight comes out to work the 5th inning, and Azadian's going to deliver a base hit in the right field. Eddie Hagg will go get it, and at the leadoff single for the 2nd consecutive inning, Staples will have a leadoff runner on. Back in the 4th, Stone did not advance off that bag at first.
Yeah, and again, we talked about it last thing. That's every inning now, Staples has had a runner on base in this game.
Gerbil to the plate. He is struck out and grounded out.
Gerbil came out hacking on that swing, trying to get Azadian over to second.
Sheps will take a peek at the runner. Count goes 2-1. I have him for 5 strikeouts. He's hit a couple of batters, walked 1. He's actually walked 2. pitch popped up and out of play.
And Don, this becomes a big part of the game now for Chefs. You don't want to get either Durble or Knight on with Kasparius waiting in the wings here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Pitch hit to the center fielder. Boyer is going back. It's over his head. Can't make a leaping catch. Picks up the ball in front of the warning track and into third and being sent on home. Azadian overthrow. Backed up by the pitcher, Shep, remaining at the bag at third with an RBI triple is Chris Durble. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, and you know, Don, you looked at that, you saw Boyer come in, he took that first step in, that ball kept on tailing. You know, it was on a line, so it was hard to judge, and when he went back, he leaps forward, tries to make the catch on that play, goes over his head, goes to center field, and all the way around from first base is Azadian to score the tying run. And now you have Knight and Kasparius to try and bring in that go-ahead run.
That was a well-struck ball, the hardest hit ball we've had today by Chris Durble. He really clobbered that infield in around the horn now for Amity as we move into the later innings. Chad Knight in the ball game has been hit by a pitch and he has walked. Will they send a runner on contact? That ball hit high in the air. Boyer going back. It's way over his head, and that is gone for a 2-run home run to the deepest part of the ball field. Over 400 feet away, Chad Knight. I've been here for over 12 years. I've never seen a high schooler hit a home run that far in this ballpark. Chad Knight, the sophomore, just clobbered it.
And I'll tell you, you know what? Don, as soon as that ball left the bat, you knew it had a shot to go at least off the fence. It was definitely going into the gap. And you saw as soon as the ball was hit, Sheps knew he made a mistake with the pitch, and that ball just kept on carrying. But, Don, we're seeing that ball to center field just carry today.
Amazing. There is some wind blowing out there, and that got up into that wind stream. And, Mike, I'm not exaggerating. We've been here a long time. We've seen Michael Olt, who now plays Major League Ball for Brantford, clobber home runs out of this ballpark to left. We've seen deep balls to right. Olt mostly the right field, obviously, being a left-handed hitter. I've never seen anything clear the fence in center field here.
And that cleared it. Don, that went at least 10 feet towards the middle of the bleachers, too, as well.
Wow. Had to be 425 away. Danny Alvarado will step it off after the game. We'll have a report next game for you. Kasparov to the plate. The sophomore clobbers it. 3-run inning now for Staples. Base hit, a triple, and a home run off a ship.
Yeah, third time around in the lineup. And Don, you know, you wonder if it plays into it that Sheps knew Kasparius was coming in, wanted to get the out, didn't want to face him with the runners on. He made too good of a pitch there.
Count now 3-0. Ground ball, 4th consecutive hit of the inning. Kasparov rolls it through the left side of the infield. Ball got past Hurwitz, but no advance by Kasparov. Brings up Michael Fanning.
And now you get some action in the bullpen.
First baseman number 44.
I guess you ask,
Fanning.
is he running out of gas?
And Don, you know, we've said it. We said it throughout the beginning part of this contest. It looked like he was laboring throughout the early part of the contest.
Yep. Never looked extremely comfortable today. In a sense, this is kind of a whole new class of Amity ball players playing in this championship after winning 4 consecutive. You've seen a lot leave the graduation. You mentioned that in the pregame stuff. There's a few still hanging around, of course, over the last couple of years' success. Winkle behind the plate for one. The Haig brothers, a couple more. Sheps, too.
Sheps as well, Patel.
Here's the 2-0. It's now 2-1. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Fanning today has struck out twice.
And Don, excuse me, I was just going to say, you know, they have 6 hits. Staples has 6 hits, and they've been hard hits. There's been no blue hits for them.
There's a bunt. First base side rolling in the foul territory. Count goes even at 2-2. Plenty of action around the state of Connecticut today. Softball, lacrosse, boys and girls. Baseball, of course, more to come. Count goes full 3-2. Another hit, this time in the right field. Hag will field it, moves it on in. They can't get it out in this inning. Runners at first and second.
Yeah, and you saw earlier Chad Knight for Staples in the prior inning. In the fourth inning, you know, he had the base loaded. When you saw a sense of relief after the run came in, as you said, got the out. Right now, Max Sheps needs something to go his way. Needs to get an out some way, somehow.
7 hits in the game now for Staples, just 2 for Amity. Remember, there was warm-up activity in the Staples bullpen. It'll be interesting to see if they stick with Knight now. He's got a 3-1 lead. That's a great response by Staples after that rough bottom of the 4th inning. And there's a bunt right back to the pitcher. Shep slips, throws onto the back at first. They got the out as Patel able to hold his ground and take the low throw.
Yeah, and just a great play by Patel over there. Shep slipped as he threw it to short hop. Patel makes the out. But, you know, Don, just to go to your point, you know, you talk about the response. This inning was all set up by the single to lead off by Harris as 80-in, who really got things going for Staples.
Shortstop number 4, Max.
So Stone able to move the runners along. He's had himself a nice day today as Stone. He was hit by a pitch. He singled, now lays down the sacrifice bunt. To the plate, Popkin fouls it off. You're right, the number 9 guy ignites the rally. A crooked number of 3 up on the board. Count 0-1. So to the bag at second. Andy Hag trying to put that slap tag on the runner. Getting on back was Fanning. Down 0-2. Like wind continues to blow. That looks like storm wind to me. I don't know about you. Ball hitting the foul territory. Hag on the run will make the catch. How big was that out at the bag at third? Because that would have been a tag fly ball for a run scored right there if they did not get that runner at third. So Popkin able to move runners into scoring position now at second and third.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, even if Staples doesn't score again, what they've done is they've turned this lineup over, guaranteeing that those 2, 3, 4 batters are going to hit again in this contest.
Brings up Rogers, been struck out twice today. 3 runs in the inning for Staples, trying to stop Amity's consecutive state championship run, which is at 4. Staples last won a state championship in 2001 when they toppled Enfield 6-3. Pitch in there for the strike call. They first played in one before you were born in 1979, Mike Padilla.
I wish. It's a storied program, whether it's football, whether it's baseball.
Oh, that pitch will break away. Here comes a runner down the line. A throw by Winkle, and Sheps will put the tag on Fanning.
Wow.
So the wild pitch turns into an out at the plate. 3-1 your score. 3 on the board. The big hit. A 2-run home run by Chad Knight. Back with a bottom of 5.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. and he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I would encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
All right, welcome right back. Don Boyle, Mike Madero alongside, host of others enjoying this Class Double-L championship game. And Chad Knight now working with a 2-run lead back out on the mound after clouding a 2-run home run. You think that might energize him a little bit, that monstrous home run to center field?
Yeah, no, I'd say that was a bomb that he hit. And you know what? You saw last inning he had a little bit of struggles, but they get the runs back. And now, hey, listen, you're the defending champ. Staples responded when you scored. Let's see, with you got it right here. It's the same part of the order that comes up for Amity, just as Staples had 9-1-2 here in this bottom of the 5th.
Center fielder number 11, Colin Boyer.
So Amity needs to get it going. Boyer will lead it off. Struck out his first time, so he's up for the second time in the ball game. Pitch way outside. There was warm-up activity in the bullpen, and it's going to start immediately after that first pitch. You would think that Fitton be ready by now.
Yes. Threw a lot of pitches in that last half inning.
Count goes 1-1. Well, you're trying to set the table here for Amity. Can they respond here in the 5th? That pitch down low.
And Knight's done a great job. Not only 2 hits for the Spartans in this game so far.
Absolutely. Walk 3 back in the 4th. That all directly led to a run, Amity's only. They scored without the benefit of a hit. Ground ball right at Rogers. And onto the bag at first, and there's one down, 4-3 if you score. Colin Boyer will go back to the dugout, brings up Andy Haig, the shortstop. He has reached on an error and grounded out.
Haig.
Pitch over for the strike call. Had a little replay of our broadcast going on there. You sounded good, Mike.
Don, you talked a little while ago the wind you thought was some storm wind. It's gotten a little darker here.
Absolutely. Always wanted to be a weatherman back as a little boy.
Might have missed your call.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch down low. Count goes 1-1. Used to love it when the back windows of the car would fog up and I'd make a map of the East Coast. Put the temperatures in. Chad Knight, the 1-1 pitch. Yes, I was a bit of an oddball. Teddy Haig in the on-deck circle. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. That paints the outside corner. It goes level at 2-2.
I will say this, Don. Balls and strikes have been consistent all game.
Yes,
that corner has been there the whole game. And, you know, Knight's been using it, and so has Sheps. Surprised they haven't used it a little more.
Outfield straight away, the pitch. Tad high. If you think Amity could score some runs, they have. Their low count in the tournament's been 5. That's a base hit by Andy Haig up the middle. And that's a 1-out base runner now for the Spartans with Teddy Haig, his twin brother, coming on up now to the plate.
Right fielder number 7, Teddy Haig.
So Amity, a team that likes to manufacture runs on occasion there, Michael. Now you got 1 out and 1 on. This guy already tried to bunt once and did not have much success. It turned into a double play. What's going on in the mind of Sal Capola.
Yeah, you know what, Don? I mean, you need two here. You have Winkle on deck, followed by Nolan. Two guys with some power. I think if you're Sal, that run at first, while technically means something to get you closer, doesn't in the grand scheme of things. You want these 3-4 guys to come up with some runners on base to drive them in. I'm not so sure you're having Teddy Haig bunt right here, especially with the hole that we've seen between first and second the entire game when he's been up, and it's there again.
Kasparis predicting he may lay one down inside the bag at third. Fanning trying to hold the runner tight at first. And the pitch, big swing and a miss. And Teddy was looking for a home run right there.
Yeah, and Don, interesting alignment. You look at Staples, both the second baseman and the shortstop tight to the second base. There's a hole between short and third and a hole between first and second.
Chad Knight, the sophomore, from the stretch will twist, throw on the first. A lot of people here today with curiosity.
Yes,
Trying to witness more history, perhaps,
yep,
right?
Can they go 5 in a row?
Yep. Count now 0-2. They're shading the second baseman now a little bit more towards that bag at second as Rogers took another step towards that second base bag. Outfield is twisted in an odd direction here and there too. Center fielder step or two towards left center. Right fielder straight away. Left fielder not all that deep.
Go, Teddy!
Haig will foul that out. Tell you what, if he hits it in the right center field, it's going a long way. It's going to roll and roll.
Yeah, Don, when you look at the defensive alignment from the teams, you can kind of get an idea where they're trying to pitch it. Lefties up, they're shaded shortstop to second. Well, they're trying to jam you inside, try to get you to pull the ball. When you look at where the middle is right now, you have no idea where they're trying to pitch them.
Absolutely. Count is 0-2 to Teddy. You got Winkle on deck, as you mentioned. We're here in the 5th. Amity, the home team, coming in as a top seed. Staples, the 11th seed. Pitch fouled off. The only class here in the state of Connecticut that kind of went true to form would be, I guess, the S class.
Yes.
I mean, in our nightcap, we see two teams from the SCC. I mean, what were their seeds when you talk about
32,
North Haven?
32 and 7, I think, right? Lowest seed ever to get to the finals.
The Foreign Lions, yep. I read some newspaper articles where they said, you know what, we were a lot better than that record showed during the regular year. I guess they've proven that true. The 0-2 pitch, ground ball hit foul. We'll also see the legendary coach tonight, and Bob DeMeo.
Somehow, some way, always finds that small ball to get him here, right? I tell you, you're going to see the next game, that Lyman Memorial team. Nice team they have as well.
Here comes the 0-2. Ground ball hit up the middle and past the dive of Stone, and the Spartans have consecutive hits of their own here in the bottom of the 5th. Gallant effort by Max Stone. Nearly got to it. Went right by Chad Knight, who nearly snared it too.
And it's amazing with that shift that the infield had on. Two middle infielders tight to the middle of the field, that ball was able to get by Knight and then able to get by Papkin and Rogers into center field.
Well, Earl Weaver said the most powerful hit in baseball was a 3-run home run. I'm just paraphrasing because I forget how he actually worded it so eloquently, but a 3-run home run can win you a lot of ball games. And you got Pat Winkle, who has power to hit a home run, stepping up to the plate, but who will he face as they come out to have a chat with Chad Knight?
I don't know that they're making a pitching change. I think they're talking more defensive alignment, what they're going to do here.
Yeah, it looks that way. Well, Knight has really handled Winkle nicely. He struck him out, got him the ground out softly to the second baseman.
Yeah, and it's innings like this, Don, and bats like that Teddy Haig just had to make you start saying, if you're not the Amity Spartans, if you're the opponent, what's going to happen now? Seems like everything just starts to snowball and roll in their favor. I mean, can they do it again? We'll have to see. And Don, if you're a Knight, you have to go with the same approach to Winkle that you've gone his first 2 at bats. You can't give him anything fastball in the letters that he likes to lace. You got to jam him inside and make him roll his wrist over, get that ground ball, double play, and get out of the inning.
Winkle will pop it up in the foul territory. Casper is backpedaling, called off shortstop. Stone comes over. He'll make the play. Bag uncovered at third, and did he get in? They say safe. Andy Hagg able to beat Stone to the bag. And runners move up to second and third. That is huge, the advancement there. So Winkle really on a pop fly able to sacrifice a couple of runners over, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I tell you, give credit to Teddy Haig as well. He sees his brother Andy run, and he follows suit. He gets the second. Now you don't need the home run down. Now you get the base hit, and you have a new game.
So Nolan to the plate is walked and hit a fly ball out to the center fielder. We've seen a home run on the game by the young man who's on the mound pitching for Staples. A dramatic 2-run home run in the top of the 5th. Hit it to just about straightaway center field. Had to be some 425 away. Nolan goes after the first pitch. You know, interesting that Winkle went after the first pitch after that conversation. I'm a little surprised with that.
You know, down the 2 runners moving up, and with that, I didn't talk about that. But yes, you're absolutely right. I mean, he's laboring in this inning. And, you know, this is the heart of the lineup. And he went after one that probably wasn't in his zone, too, because you saw the way he took that to left field.
Pitch missed outside. Count goes 1-1. Yeah, he walked 3 batters in the 4th. You would think you'd see a little more patience out of the batter. Because he gets in trouble, he's going to have to give you something pretty good, you would think.
Absolutely.
Here comes the 1-1, fouled off. And you know you're getting fastball for the most part. There's not much else going on with Chad Knight right now.
You know, that's a great point, Don. We touched on it earlier, but that's the pitch that he feels comfortable. That's the pitch that he's getting strikes with. And he's still bringing it with that fastball as well. You saw Nolan twice just fouling him off on him, but fouling him right back.
1 ball, 2 strikes, couple of outs. 2 on, pitch inside. Did it clip him? Nope. You think Sheps is eager to come up to the plate as the on-deck guy?
Yes. Yes.
Two balls, 2 strike, and 2 out, 2 on. 2-run differential on the scoreboard, 3-1. Staples out hitting Amity 7-4. There'll be a conversation in front of the hill.
3rd meeting on the mound between the pair there this inning.
Matt Stone taking control from behind home plate. You want to see you catcher do that. Make sure everything is right when you talk communication. Of course, you got a runner at second. Is he stealing a sign or not? 2 balls, 2 strike, 2 out. Here comes the pitch to Nolan, low and away, and the count goes full at 3-2.
And that's a nice play by Stone there, preventing that ball getting to the screen.
Full count pitch with 2 down. First base is open. Time call by Nolan. I think there's a lot of pressure on this Spartan team trying to win 5 in a row.
Right, you know, Don, great point. Don't want to be the team that ends it.
Ball hit high to the center fielder. Durable will float on back. That ball carried by that wind. And the catch is made as he was drifting away from the infield. But he had a good track on it, didn't he? That's going to do it for Amity. They threaten. They put runners at second and third, and they strand them there. And we're back with the top of the 6th. Staples holding a 2-run lead over the defending champs at 3-1.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Pasta lovers, raise your forks. It's Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl starting at $9.99. Enjoy endless combinations of your favorite pastas, sauces, and toppings. And now, for the first time ever, grilled chicken Alfredo. Plus, as much salad and breadsticks as you want. Never-ending value, starting at $9.99. The value is never-ending, but the offer is only for a limited time at Olive Garden.
All right, welcome right back as we continue with our coverage right here on the NFHS Network. Nice to have you with us. Of course, this is the CIAC Class Double-L Baseball Championship game. Hope you're enjoying the action. Got two more to come. One of the books last night, the Class M Championship game. Got the S and the L Championship games coming your way. Top of the sixth inning. Rogers will lead it off. He was at the plate when the runner was thrown out the plate trying to steal after a wild pitch from Shep. But he was caught at the plate, was fanning on the tag by Sheps. Ball was hunted down effectively by Winkle. 1-1 goes the count. Waterford with that Class M win last night, 4-0 over Lewis Mills. That was the first appearance in school history for Lewis Mills. Put up a good show. Yep. They certainly did. Team that had put up, what, 44 runs through 4 games of the state tournament when you talk about Waterford. Rogers routine fly ball out, one down. That was Teddy Haig who made the play.
Designated hitter, number 21, Kevin Rayback.
Yeah, how would you like to go against Waterford? They put up all those runs, and then you get run into a pitcher that's going to strike out 3/4 of the team.
It's amazing. Burroughs had a no-hitter earlier in the year where he struck out 21 of 22 for his Killingly.
Amazing.
Raybacks today is over 2 at a couple of fly ball outs. Swing and a miss. Sheps hanging in there. They knocked him around, sending 7 to the plate and scored that crooked number 3, all back in the 5th. Curveball missed.
That's the best. Those 2 last pitches are the best his curve has looked all game.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of went away from that for a while.
Yeah, it wasn't breaking for him. Here comes a 2-2. Count goes full 3-2. 5 hits back in the 5th inning for Staples. We're now into the 6th. They got to be thinking, defensively, we only need 6 outs and we're going to win this state championship. Rayback strikes out, called out on strike. That's a 7th strikeout for Sheps.
Left fielder, number 9.
There's the guy that started it all, Don. When you look back, if you're Staples and you win this game, that's going to be the key at bat in the game.
Zadian had that single and scored back in the 5th. 1 for 2 today in the state championship. Pitch will break off of Winkle. Ground ball. Sheps should field it, will field it. Nolan will catch it. That's a 1-2-3 inning. That was much easier for the Spartans defensively. Back with the bottom of the 6th. Staples, a record, trying to wreck the Amity quest for 5. Back with more.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com. This game is brought to you by Under Armour, maker of the world's best apparel, footwear, and accessories. Check out the full line of performance gear now at UA.com. Under Armour, I will.
Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you.
Mike Madeira is a Mets fan, and they're playing some Red Sox music. I thought you were a Yankees guy.
I'm a Yankee fan.
Did I say Mets?
Yeah.
What's the matter with me? You used to work for the Mets, though. Didn't you do something? That's what it was.
Yeah.
How could you be a Yankee fan and actually
better.
care about the Mets?
It's better. Because I don't watch the game.
Yeah. That's true.
You know what I mean? I'd be interested in every pitch the other way around.
Sheps, Patel, and Hurwitz are scheduled hitters against Chad Knight.
Pitcher number 21, Max.
You talk about a gutsy
Sheps.
pitching performance. Knight is putting one together. Sheps today has singled and walked. He has not allowed the big hit in the ball game. He's allowed base runners when you talk about Knight out in the mound, but not the big hit.
Yeah, you're right. He spaced them out, Don, and you know what? Amity's had opportunities, and he's made the big pictures.
Outfield playing Sheps just about straight away. Pitch up high. For all the seniors on the Amity team, if they do come back to win, it'll be 4 championships in their 4 years of high school.
They'll know nothing but championships.
Yeah. Phenomenal. And a 1-game elimination tournament style, too. Big swing and a miss. Count 1 and 2 for Sheps. You look at the scoreboard, Amity with just 4 hits in the game. 2 coming. Back in the 5th inning. A strikeout of Sheps. They cannot catch up to the fastball. You've mentioned that on a couple of occasions today.
Yeah, and again, we mentioned this. Don, that is all he's throwing. That, I mean, if you're Amity, you have to just go back up there and sit fastball because that is what he's getting over. That's the pitch he's comfortable with, and that's what he's throwing you.
That's his 4th strikeout. Pitch up high to Rohan Patel. Patel has reached on the field his choice and walked. I mean, Knight walked 3 in the 4th, and he only gave up 1 run in that inning. Runners at 2nd and 3rd in the 5th, and then he got a couple of outs. It's been amazing what he's done.
Yeah, and what he's done, you just saw it right on that pitch. He's lived on the edge. He's gotten that outside corner. And then once, if you're Amity, you haven't gotten ahead of the count on him. He's been dictating the count to you all game.
Outfield remains straight away. Here comes the 1-1. Kind of a late swing by Patel. Popped it up. It will fly to fair territory right field towards the foul line. And Danny Thompson will make the catch out there. And there's 2 down. Hurwitz to the plate. Is singled. Grounded out. Produced the only run for Amity when they scored without a base hit back to the 4th. On the ground ball collected the RBI. So Hurwitz to the plate.
Yeah, Don, you touched on it a little while ago. And Staples now counting the outs, 4 outs away. And it's weird how it works for Staples. That's 4 outs too many for Amity. You look and you're like, it's only 4 more outs.
Yep. It's amazing. Game started at noon. Looked like it was going to go Amity's way early on. Top of the 1st when they got the pop-up double. No, the strike him out, throw him out, double play. They have just not taken advantage of some of the opportunities handed to them today. They usually do. Pitch up high. I don't think anybody's going to feel sorry for the Spartans if they lose.
I mean, but you look at them. Most of these teams that win multiple championships, you're like, if they lose, you're happy. You lose, you want that to run. But these kids are nice kids. Coaching staff is a great staff, so they're hard to root against.
Absolutely, they really are. Sal always has a smile. Cares about the opposition as much as his own team. 3-1, batted high in the air towards foul territory, and it's going to be out of play. No chance for Azadian to come up with that one.
I talked to Sal before the game, Don, and the first thing he said, he's like, we like our pitcher, but their pitcher's pretty good too, and he's going to give us all we can handle today. And he's right. He's been on the money with that.
Bases are clear. Count is 3-2 with 2 out. The one thing I noticed with this Amity team that I've seen in teams of the past, after this pitch, 3-2, ball popped up. Fanning reaching up, sunglasses on, will make a stumbling, bumbling fall on the backside catch for the inning's final out. And that's going to do it. Amity goes 1-2-3. I'll keep it here for just a moment. But Amity, they take the field. There's always been that feeling of confidence and swagger, which is a kind of a cool, almost like a pro feel to it. This team missing just a little bit of that right now.
Yeah, and it was noticeable early on with that. I mean, it just, I don't know what it is. And you're right, Don, because it's very, when you looked at last year's team, and it's very unfair to compare teams because they do graduate a lot of kids every year. But last year's team, you almost felt like, to give them a run, you have no shot. And with this team, you felt like, hey, you still have a shot. This is a very good team. This is a very, very good Amity team. But I do agree with you, Don. There isn't that swagger. And maybe, hey, you know what? Maybe that's just the confidence they've had, that inner confidence that, hey, we won 4 in a row. That just don't exude it like the other teams did. But I do agree with what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you got to maybe see them in person to be able to understand it. Of course, you'll never see them in person.
And that's not right. And that's not a knock. That's definitely not a knock on them.
Absolutely, it's just
because this is a very, very good team.
Absolutely. They're in a state championship game, and they still have their last at, so who knows what could happen. And Staples realized that, too. I mean, Sheps comes out. He'll pitch here in the 7th inning.
And give him credit, Don, Max Sheps. I mean, you thought maybe in that 5th inning he was 1 pitch away from being out of this game. In the last inning, he came out here, probably pitched his best inning of the game, under 10 pitches, to get out of that 6th inning, and he's going to have to do the same because this is the order right here, top of the order for the Staples team, and you can't get behind any more runs than the 2 that you have. You have 8-9-1 coming up in that 7th inning, and you're going to need to get to your 2-3 hitters with tying runs on.
Durble will lead it off. Ground ball past the dive of Patel, and that's a base hit in the left, and that's a good start for Staples. I tell you what, this team has come to today's game full of confidence. When you talk about confidence, the records have had it throughout. They have not blinked an eye, and they face some adversity.
Right, and here's the guy up is the reason why they haven't blinked an eye, Don. I mean, he's pitched a tremendous game. He hit that long home run. I mean, listen, for an underclassman to lead the way like he has today, I mean, it speaks volumes for him.
2-run home run. Back on the 5th is a difference in the ball game. And amazingly, he did that after giving up that run in the 4th without the benefit of a hit when he walked 3 batters, had the presence of mind to switch on the offensive mind and clout that long home run to center field. That's terrific for a young kid. I mean, some kids would have gone back to that dugout, hanging their head. He didn't hang.
Right, and think about him, Don. He hits in front of Ben Kasparius, the Gatorade Player of the Year, so he knows he's going to get fastballs because they want to get him out. They don't want to get to Kasparius, and he's answered the call. I mean, he's the perfect guy to be in that spot in the lineup.
Count is 0-1 tonight, and the pitch is in for the strike. 8 hits in the game now for Staples. Max Sheps into the windup and the pitch. Check of a swing. For a sophomore, too, he's got good size, doesn't he? Does Chad Knight?
Yes.
Part of that Westport Little League team that thrilled us all a few years back. I was glued to my television set watching that team.
It's amazing how you watch them on TV, and then a couple of years later here, you see them in the state championship game.
10 of them on this team, so they know how to win, obviously. 2-2. Missed outside. They got a very good coach in Jack McFarland, too, and a likable guy. Talk about Sal Coppola being an icon. McFarland is, too. 3-2 pitch. Hit high in the air. Drifting into foul territory. Hag over to the warning track. Reaches up and makes a nice catch. Boy, that was beautiful to go get that. Got to watch out for the guys in the bullpen.
And they get out of his way, too.
Yeah. Beautiful catch. He went a long way to Teddy. He must be good with algebra and geometry. He's heading to Yale, so you know that he can take
he
the
knows
right
the angles, yeah.
Right. Kasparas to the plate. A couple of hits today, 2 for 3 for the Gatorade Player of the Year. So you got 1 on and 1 out. Pitches over for the strike, about letter high. Kasparas would like to see that again, I think.
That was right there for him.
It was, wasn't it? Now they're going to call it a strike. Kasparas, they say, went around on the appeal. Count goes 0-2. Second time I've seen that today. Usually it goes to the batter in high school sports. That's a waste by Sheps to the outside. The ball hit a long way, all the way to the wall. Rounding the bag at third is Durable. And he'll score in the RBI double by Ben Kasper. And the lead grows to 4-1.
Yeah, and just a good piece of hitting. 1-2 count there on Kasparas. He comes up. Ball's pitched to the outside. He takes it the other way into the gap between right and center. Durable comes all the way around the score. And that might be the insurance run for Staples. 4-1 lead.
First baseman number 44, Mike Fanning.
He's had 3 hits tonight. 3 for 4 and an RBI.
This is Fanning. Foul ball. Runner still in scoring position now with 1 out. Kasparas and Knight, they've done the job offensively. And as you mentioned, it all began with a number 9 hitter back in the 5th with a leadoff single. Kind of sparked him offensively.
Yeah, he got on, he set the table, and then the top of the order did what it's supposed to do.
Count 0-2. Pitch missed outside. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Fanning. Fanning today has a base hit and 3 tries. His uniform a bit dirty now after making that catch. They win a state championship, he may never clean that uniform. Bollier comes on and makes the catch on a high fly to center. 2 out, Matt Stone. Staples would love to keep this half inning going, but they're probably just as eager to get out, get those 3 outs, to
get those 3 outs and get out of here.
Haven't won a state championship since 2001. They're only 1 in school history. That was when they were competing in Class L. Pitch in for the strike. Now they're a big boy school, Class AA. Class L's been kind of weird over the last couple of years, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, not to use the word, but it's been down a little bit last couple of years.
Pitch missed outside. The folks at Notre Dame West Haven High School don't want to hear that.
Yeah, Don, you know, I was just going to say, I'm a little surprised this year that, you know, that their run ended earlier than it did. I thought they had all the makings to go all the way.
Here comes the 1-1 offering at miss.
And sometimes you look at the seedings, you're like, wow, who's got the nice draw? And you look at theirs. Theirs was a nice draw.
Got knocked out by North Haven. Who's
in the finals? Yep.
Fouled off at the plate. Count goes level at 2 balls, 2 strike, 2 out. Run home in the inning for Staples. That's an insurance run to make this score 4-1 here at the top of the 7th.
Coach Martone does a nice job with that Notre Dame team every year.
He really does. He was a heck of a ball player in his day,
yep.
too. 2-2 pitch. And that hit the batter off the foot. Plate umpire said, no way, that hit home plate. So no advance by the runners.
Thought he actually leaned into the pitch.
Maybe that's what they're ruling there, Mike. No attempt to move. Word wow being used around the stands. Yeah, was it a ball? Was it a foul ball?
3-2. 3-2.
3-2, okay. And the runners did not advance. They could have. The second and third, Mike.
Right.
That's huge. Count full, 3-2, 2 on, 2 up. And that's ball 4. Oh, there's only 1 on base. Would I say 2?
Yeah.
My mind is going. I still have 2 more games to go. I'm in big trouble.
It's the heat.
Yeah, it's got to be the heat. We're not used to the warm weather. We're not. Let's face it, we are not. Pocket to the plate. Popped up in the foul territory. He's walked. Tried to bunt and popped it up in the foul territory. It was caught for an out.
And Don, you look at Sheps again. He's thrown 2 breaking balls.
Yep.
Inside, not even close. It's hit again with him. It's the fastball as well that's been working.
Swing and a miss. The count goes 2-1. So now you have 2 on and 2 out, by the way. Great thing is we have the graphic that shows who's on the base and which base they're on. So
nobody has to listen.
They don't have to listen. Count goes 2-2.
Just trying to live on that outside edge, just a little bit outside.
That ball hit up the middle. Base hit. They will charge it. They're going to send the runner. The throw. Going to be late. Another run. Hopkins with an RBI base hit. It is now 5-1 Staples.
And Don, I got to tell you that might be his last batter. And yet you see Coppola coming out right now. And, I know he wanted to stick with him, let him ride, get out of this, but you can't get any more than 4 more runs down here.
That's going to be off of Max Shepp. Quite a career for the Amity Spartans. Certainly not ending the way he envisioned when he woke up this morning to have his breakfast. But he's been part of 3 state championship teams in his high school career. All right, with a pitching change upcoming, we'll pause. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
This game is brought to you by Under Armour, maker of the world's best apparel, footwear, and accessories. Check out the full line of performance gear now at UA.com. Under Armour, I will.
William William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage, and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Pasta lovers, raise your forks. It's Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl starting at $9.99. Enjoy endless combinations of your favorite pastas, sauces, and toppings. And now, for the first time ever, grilled chicken Alfredo. Plus, as much salad and breadsticks as you want. Never-ending value, starting at $9.99. The value is never-ending, but the offer is only for a limited time at Olive Garden.
Adam Fuhr.
All right, welcome right back. We have a pinch hitter coming to the plate. We also have a pitching change. Lipinski has come out to pitch for the Amity Spartans, taking over for Sheps, who worked, 6 2/3 innings here today. And if his team doesn't make a comeback, he'll suffer the loss. Who's that? Adam Fuhr now batting, and they'll hit a ground ball to the left side of the infield. Hurwitz will field it, and runners move up another bag. So Lipinski is on, and he gives up a base hit.
The designated hitter, number 21, Kevin
Staples team coming out to hit today. 11 hits in this game. Get a pinch runner at first.
He's going to load the bases. So the pinch hit by Fuhr, and now the pinch runner, as you mentioned.
Re-entering.
That's Drew Rogers coming on the run.
Number 7.
So he's back in the ballgame. I'd say, thanks, kid, if he makes his way back to the dugout. Three in the fifth, 2 in the seventh for the total of 5 for Staples today. Amity with just one lonely run up on the board in the fourth. Pitch up high.
Mixed up on the signals now. Yep. Winkle will go out and talk to Lipinski. These 2 runs take a little bit of energy out of this park in this game, more so on the Amity side, obviously.
Game started at noon, a little bit over 2 hours old. Amity game's usually about an hour and 35 minutes. But today they've given up 11 hits and 5 runs. Curveball, swing and a miss, and that'll do it. So, Staples, 5-1 lead over Amity. They are 3 outs away from the 2017 Double L Championship and the stop the run of 4 in a row by Amity. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
Yes.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
All right, welcome right back. Bottom of the 7th inning. And out there on the mound trying to go all the way is Chad Knight. Certainly helped his own cause with a monstrous 2-run home run back in the 5th inning. And from that point on, Staple Records have added a couple more for 5-1 lead. Zabitsky scheduled to lead it off here for the Amity Spartans. And we're going to see a pinch hitter come up to the plate. Trying to get something going somehow, some way. This is Alex Smith, the senior. Alex will scare you when he comes up to the plate. He is a big, strong-looking guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, batting for Zabitsky, number 29, Alex Smith.
So Smith, the bat. Senior will dig on in to face Chad Knight. Well, 13, perhaps an unlucky number for the Amity Spartans. They last lost a game. Actually, yeah, was that 2013 when they lost to Southington? Is that how that all went?
I believe.
Pitch has popped up into foul territory in the quarterfinals. Young man on the mound was in the 5th grade.
Puts things in perspective,
Well,
huh?
they beat Southington in 13. Yeah, they beat Southington in 13.
Yeah, that 13 started the run.
Yeah, that started the run. 0-2 pitch to Smith. A little high. Here comes a 1-2. And a swing and a miss by Alex Smith, and you got one out. Chad Knight, 2 outs away from a complete game win in the Class Double-L championship for Staples. They might be met at the border by the fire trucks.
Number 11, Colin Bollier.
And the police escort, who knows when they get back towards Westport. Bollier to the plate. Pitch inside for ball 1. Top of the order on deck for the Amity Spartans. Let's analyze just a couple of things real quick. Looked like maybe the 5th inning and the 4th for Amity were their 2 best to put up a lot of runs, and they just couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, and down there the bases loaded in the 4th inning. Just got that RBI ground out by Hurwitz, and then in the 5th inning, they had the 2 on, 2nd and 3rd. Well, they had the 1st and 2nd with Winkle and Nolan coming up. Winkle gets the pop-up, both advance, and then they get Nolan on the deep fly to center.
There's a bunt. Fielded. Kaspers throws on the run. Safe at first. Bollier, and that's what Amity will do to you. And they come up with a bunt single with 1 out, try to rally a little bit, and it brings up Andy Haig.
Shortstop, number 1, Andy Haig.
Just keep the train moving. That's all they're going to try and do right now.
Absolutely. Knight from the stretch. There's been activity in just about every inning for the Staples team since the 4th. Amity down to their final 2 outs. They need 4 to tie here in the 7th. Knight's pitch to the plate. Strike call over the outside corner.
Hey, if you're Amity down 1 out, part of the order you want up.
Absolutely.
Make the comeback.
Knight's got to be getting a little tired. He's working to the 7th. Left that high ball pitch up high, and Hag floats it higher in the air, and Durable makes the catch.
Right fielder number 7.
It is hard to catch up with
Teddy
that high fastball.
Haig.
Teddy Hag to the plate. Spartans down to their final out.
Yeah, and you know, to your point, it's been that way the whole game for Amity. He just had an electric fastball. They have not caught up to it. They have not adjusted, and he just went with it the whole game.
Don't have a gun on it. Been a marvelous pitching performance. He's allowed 5 hits, and for the most part, they've been scattered about. The rocky 4th when he walked 3. That ball struck up in the air. Coming on, the center fielder making the catch. Durable. And the celebration begins for the Staple record. It's 2017 Class Double-L champ. 5-1 over Amity.
Yeah, and you know, give them credit. They came out and they had a game plan done. And listen, you and I saw it firsthand. They executed it perfectly. They did what they had to do. They capitalized on their opportunities, and they never allowed Amity to have a big inning or to have any big parts of this game where they could turn it around. And, you know, credit to Staple, credit especially to Chad Knight. Big pitching performance and the big 2-run home run, I should say.
2-run home run to center field. Staple, your champ in 2017. Back with the award ceremony momentarily.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who's in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Olive Garden delivers the final moments. Bring home Italian favorites and they'll cheer for you on game day. Olive Garden is the official dining room of high school sports, and with the new catering delivery service, you never have to miss a moment.
We'll be sending it over to Jim Bransfield for the awards presentation.
First, for runner-up Amity, Jack Malaka. Quinn Burke, Chase Brzezinski, Zach Cole, Christian Cooper, Teddy Criscolo, Joshua Crow, Mike Formica, Jake Kanies, Ben Lodowick, John Lumpinski, Quentin Pitter, Alex Smith, Jared Smith, Cole Kuchacek, Mike Ficcaro, Andy Haig, Teddy Haig, Pat Winkle, Jack Nolan, Max Sheps, Rohan Patel, Adam Hurwitz, Matt Savitsky, Colin Bollier, Assistant Coach Jeff Roddick, Assistant Coach Brendan Moss, Assistant Coach Brian LaRochelle, and Assistant Coach Eric Bill. Receiving the Class L runner-up plaque is Head Coach Sal Coppola. For Connecticut Class L State Champion Staples, Matt Brown, Tim Quigley, Alex Reiner, Ben Shatman, Stephen Frost, Ryan Fitton, Sam Robin, Alec Burns, Andrew Moy, Robert Stone, Alex Chima, Zach Zobel, William Lawrence, Adam Fuhr, Adam Petro, Ren Lamas, John Backus, John Portman, Luke Yokoy, George Goldstein, Chris Veneruso, Charlie Roof, Chris Durble, Chad Knight, Ben Kasparius, Mike Fanning, Matt Stone, Max Popkin, Drew Rogers, Kevin Rayback, Dan Thompson, and Harry Azadian. Assistant Coach Brian Sikorsky, Assistant Coach Trevor Brown, Assistant Coach Bob Smoller, Assistant Coach Jeff Love, Manager Dylan Curran.